Imagine a clash so intense that it echoed through centuries, a battle of survival, faith, and destiny. Israel, the chosen nation, standing against a formidable empire rooted in power and dominance. But here's the twist. This isn't just about kings and armies. It's about divine intervention, prophetic visions, and a conflict that shaped the fate of nations. Today, we're unraveling the intense and dramatic story of Israel versus Iran in the Bible. Brace yourself for a journey through ancient history where faith meets fire. To understand this epic conflict, we need to dive deep into the pages of the Old Testament and explore the relationship between Israel and one of its greatest historic adversaries, Iran, known back then as Persia. Persia wasn't just any empire, it was a superpower, feared and respected across the ancient world. But Israel had something that Persia didn't, a covenant with God. This is where divine destiny meets geopolitical might. Our story begins during a dark chapter for Israel. The Babylonian Empire had laid waste to Jerusalem, destroyed the Holy Temple, and taken the people into captivity. It seemed like all hope was lost. But remember, God's plan is never defeated, even in the darkest times. The Bible records a prophecy that must have given the Israelites hope. Isaiah, over 150 years before Persia's rise, declared, "Thus says the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have held to subdue nations before him." Isaiah 45:1. This prophecy named Cyrus the Great long before his birth and foretold how God would use him to deliver Israel. In 539 BC, that prophecy came true. Cyrus the Great of Persia conquered Babylon and did something unheard of. For that time, he issued a decree allowing the Israelites to return to their homeland and rebuild their temple. As recorded in Ezra 1, 2, and 3, Cyrus declared, "The Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem. Whoever is among you of all his people, may his God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem." This moment was nothing short of miraculous for the Jewish people. They were given the chance to rebuild what they thought was lost forever. But Persia's role in Israel's story was far from over. While Cyrus was a hero to Israel, Persia wasn't always a friend. It was still a pagan empire with its own interests, and the relationship between Israel and Persia was complex. Even during the reign of Persian kings who allowed Israel to flourish, enemies lurked within the Persian court. Take the story of Esther, set during the reign of King Xerxes, also known as Ahasuerus. A deadly plot unfolded. Haman, a high-ranking official, plotted to wipe out the Jewish people. He manipulated the king into issuing a decree of extermination. Esther 3:13 says, "Letters were sent by couriers to all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to annihilate all Jews, young and old, women and children, in one day." But God was not silent. Esther, a Jewish woman who had become queen, was positioned by divine providence to save her people. Her courageous plea to the king in Esther 4:16 echoes through history. "I will go to the king, though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish." Through her bravery, the Jewish people were saved, but it was a close call. Persia's political intrigues could have easily led to the annihilation of Israel. As Israel navigated life under Persian rule, the prophets began to foresee even greater conflicts on the horizon. The prophet Daniel, living in captivity in Babylon, received visions that revealed the rise and fall of empires, including Persia. In Daniel 8:3-4, he describes a vision of a ram with two horns, symbolizing the Medo-Persian Empire, which charged in all directions, growing in power. But then Daniel saw a goat with a large horn, representing Greece, rise up and defeat the ram. "I saw the ram charging westward, northward, and southward. As I was considering, behold, a male goat came from the west and broke his two horns." Daniel 8:5-7. This prophecy pointed to the eventual defeat of Persia by Alexander the Great, foretelling a dramatic shift in power. Yet amidst these world-changing events, Israel remained a focal point in God's plan for history. Fast forward to today, and Persia, now modern-day Iran, continues to play a significant role in Middle Eastern geopolitics. Though the Persian Empire fell long ago, the tension between Israel and Iran remains, deeply rooted in a history that spans millennia. While the Bible doesn't directly speak to today's political dynamics, The ancient struggle between these two nations reminds us that history often repeats itself, and God's purpose for Israel remains. From captivity to redemption, from near destruction to miraculous survival, the relationship between Israel and Persia is a powerful reminder of God's sovereignty over nations. The Bible shows us that no empire, no ruler, no kingdom can stand against what God has planned for His people. As it says in Isaiah 46:10, "My purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please." So what do you think? Does the ancient conflict between Israel and Persia still resonate today? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more biblical breakdowns and untold stories from